Hello, everyone. It's such a pleasure to welcome you to Fable Nooks once again. And today we're taking you to the Nigerian culture. The title, it is from an Efik culture. The title of the story is The Tortoise's Beautiful Daughter. So it goes that once upon a time, there was a very powerful king who ruled both people and animals. His son, Prince Epeyon, refused all 50 wives his father gave him. Angry, the king made a harsh law. If anyone had a daughter more beautiful than the prince's wives, both the girl and her parents would be killed. Wow. Now at that time, the tortoise and his wife had a very beautiful daughter named Adet. Fearing the king's law, wanted the child killed. Ooh, it reminds me of the story of Moses. But the tortoise hid his daughter instead. So one day, while hunting, the prince discovered the little girl and fell deeply in love with her. Now, despite the danger, he secretly asked the tortoise for her hand in marriage. Though afraid, the tortoise agreed after much pleading. Then the queen, who loved her son, secretly supported the union with gifts to the tortoise. Years later, when Adet came of age, the prince pronounced his wish to marry her. The king was furious and summoned everyone to the marketplace to judge the matter. But when he saw Adet's beauty, he was amazed and forgave his son. He even cancelled the cruel law and allowed the marriage to take place. A great feast followed that whole event for 50 days. The king then rewarded the tortoise with half his kingdom, many servants, and great wealth. In time, the prince became king, and the tortoise lived in honor and prosperity. That's a great moral lesson. Wisdom and patience bring reward, and even the lowly may be lifted up somehow by God's providence, So how do I reflect on this story? Just as the tortoise trusted wisdom over fear, I think as believers, we are reminded to rely on God's timing and protection, even when the future seems so very uncertain. The tortoise faced a situation that appeared hopeless, a royal decree that could destroy his family. Yet, he chose faith and discernment instead of panic. He did not panic. In the end, what seemed a threat became the very path to his blessing. Isn't that great? So we see in life, we too often face moments that test our trust in God. Fear whispers that we must take control, we must hide and act rashly. But faith calls us to wait, to pray, and walk in obedience. Oh, now I'm talking to myself. The tortoise's quiet wisdom mirrors the biblical truth that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. He did not only rely on strength or position, he did not really rely on that, but on understanding, and God turned his humility into honor. The king's pride and harshness represents our human tendency to rule with self-will and judgment, but his change of heart shows how mercy and grace can transform even the hardest decree. When the king humbled himself, you know what happened? Peace was restored and joy followed. In the same way, when we let go of pride and surrender our will to God, He is able to lift us higher than we could ever raise ourselves. Wasn't that a lovely story? I hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to seeing you again next week. All right? For now, subscribe, like, and please share. Thank you.